Okay, good morning everyone. It's a little chilly here in Melbourne. It kind of feels very full circle for me as I'm back where I started to begin with at the share house I was in before I started travelling up to Brisbane, and now I'm back here again. And yeah, like I said, it feels very full circle. And having it been a full moon the last couple of nights as well, I thought we would do a little bit of a moon salutation following our sun salutations this morning. We're going to start with our sun salutations pretty much straight away because being classic Melbourne, it is freezing here. So doing it outside is not ideal, but I guess I've got to get used to it. So we'll just start off by coming to our mats. First of all, we'll ground down. I noticed yesterday that our meeting cut us out just while we're in Savasana, and I actually think I might continue with that. I want to give you the opportunity to stay in Savasana for as long as you like. Just because it is such an integral part of your practice. It feels like you're not doing much when really it's letting everything that you've done in the class absorb. And it's just the perfect way to start the morning by just coming out of Savasana at your own time. So if it cuts out, don't worry. Otherwise, we'll finish with our Om and Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So closing down, breathing all the way into the belly, and exhaling out. Noticing where the breath is flowing, where it's getting stuck, where there's any tightness or tension or sore spots from the nose. Giving your body, your mind, time to adjust and arrive. And placing our hands at heart center, we'll chant Om to open the practice. So deep inhale. We pay our respect to Indigenous leaders, past, emerging and present. We give thanks to the sages, the rishis and yogis who came before us to share this knowledge. We give thanks to God, Divine, Mother Nature, Divinity, whatever you like to call it, for bringing you safely to your mat this morning. Now this morning's Sankalpa, or intention, I would like us to focus on letting something go. I know we talk about releasing a lot in yoga, but it's really important that we're not carrying around stagnant energy or outdated beliefs or, things that just don't serve us. So this morning, our focus is on what we want to let go. What's something that we're carrying around that we don't need to bring into this new week, this new moon, this new energy ahead. Deep breath into this Sankalpa, into this intention. So whatever you want to release, picture it in your mind's eye now. And we'll take 3 cleansing breaths together. So taking a deep inhale, and sigh it out the mouth. Deep inhale, and out. Last one, really exaggerated. Breathing in, and out. Placing our right hand down, breathing in all that energy up the left, our inside. Exhaling, floating down, and bringing over the other side. So a nice floating movement, really opening up that side body, opening up the shoulders, the arms, the chest. When you're ready, hands come to knees. Warming up the neck. We breathe in, looking up, and exhaling down. As you know, a lot of our tension we carry around our necks, our shoulders, our backs. So we gently loosen up the neck, loosen up any negative energy that we're carrying around. Back to center, inhaling here, exhaling over to the right. Inhaling to the front, exhaling over to the left. And coming to stillness. Just rolling our shoulders, big nice circles all the way up to the ears and down. And the other way. Breathing in as you take them up, down and out as you exhale. Beautiful. Moving straight into our tabletop. We'll do a few rounds of cat-cow, so planting the tops of the feet on the mat. Dropping the belly, inhaling, looking up. Exhaling to push away. Dropping the belly, looking up. Exhaling to push away. I'm noticing my back is still extremely stiff from all that driving. When my body can usually quite easily take these shapes, today not so much. And that's okay. Just a sign that I need to take things a little bit easier. Now nice hip circles, taking it all the way out and around. Exhaling down and back. Inhaling up. And the other way. When you're ready, we're going to tuck our toes and send the hips all the way up for our first downward facing dog. Being nice and gentle here. Dropping one ankle and the other. Then finding some stillness in this pose as you breathe into it. So I mentioned that we're basing today on the phases of the moon. The full moon has just been. And the full moon is a nice symbol of completion. One phase is done, we move on to the next thing. So we're in a waning gibbous at the moment. So it's very much a time for introspection, for gratitude, and to release any stagnant energy. Now tippy-toeing the feet all the way up to the top. And hanging for our forward fold. Bending the knees quite deeply for this one this morning. Grasping both elbows. Nodding the head yes. Shaking it no. Just folding in on ourselves, quite literally. Gently dropping the hands and rolling vertebrae by vertebrae. Shoulders up, back and down, and finding our Tadasana. So from here, we're going to move into our sun salutations. They'll be slightly different, so just follow along. Inhaling hands all the way up. Exhaling, diving forward. You can bring those hands down through the center or circle sweep. Down and around. Inhale, rolling that head and neck up, lengthening that spine. And exhaling, dropping down. You're going to step your right foot all the way back, taking a nice big exaggerated step and coming into our runner's lunge. Dropping that back knee. You're going to inhale the hands all the way up. Exhaling, sinking into that hip flexor. Nice deep breaths here. Maybe a slight back bend. Inhaling here. And exhaling, folding over that leg. Tucking those toes and stepping that left foot back to meet the right. Really pushing those hips up and back. You're going to wave forward through to your plank, holding it nice and strong here. Remember, you can always come down to your knees. But we're just going to float the knees up if we can, feeling that plank, that strong line of energy. And when you're ready, we're going to gently lower down. Very slowly, chaturanga, elbows to ribs. One line of energy. Untuck the feet, placing them down on the ground. Taking our hands wide for a wide cobra, we TP the fingertips. We inhale up, opening up that chest, and exhaling back down. We're planting our hands and making our way back into downward dog. So you can come up onto your knees, and tuck the toes, and sending the hips back. Breathing here. This time we're stepping our right foot forward. Finding that runner's lunge, setting ourselves up. Dropping that left knee. We inhale the arms all the way up. Love that the sun salutations brings the sun right out. Exhaling down. You're going to bring that left foot to meet the right, stepping forward for our forward fold. Gently inhale up and exhaling, bringing hands to heart center. So you notice that we've done the left hip flexor and the right hip flexor when usually we do it twice on one side. Now we're going to do it the other way around. Inhaling up. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening that spine. We're going to exhale, stepping our left foot back this time. Setting up for our runner's lunge. Dropping that knee. And we inhale up. If you're ready to put a back bend in there, just arching from behind the heart space. Opening up the chest, the shoulders. And exhaling down to frame that foot. Stepping back for our downward facing dog. Inhale through to our plank. Nice long line of energy here. Navel to spine. And we exhale, gently lower down for our chaturanga. Taking our hands wide for our wide cobra. We inhale up. And exhale down. Planting the hands, stepping it back for our downward facing dog. Deep breaths here. This time we step our left foot forward, setting up for our runners, looking forward. Dropping that right knee, inhaling the hands all the way up, Sinking into that hip flexor and opening up the chest. One more inhale here. Exhale to frame that foot. Stepping that right foot up to meet the left. And hang for our forward fold. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms all the way up. And exhale through center. Just finding our Tadasana here. Catching our breath. Noticing how our body feels after those couple of rounds of sun salutations. Breathing all the way into the belly. So now we're going to move into our Chandra Namaskar, our moon salutations. So inhaling the hands all the way up. Finding that arrow's head in prayer directly above us. Inhaling here. And exhaling over to the right. Spinning that chest open to the sky a little bit more. Really noticing that side stretch. Inhaling back up. And exhaling over to the left. Maybe sending those hips out a little bit more to the side. Bringing that arm up and behind your head a little bit more. And inhaling up. From here, you're going to set your feet wide for our goddess pose. So exhaling, dipping into our knees, dropping the hips, opening up that chest as well. Really feeling the strength and the connection to the mat with this pose. Soles of the feet firmly planted on the ground. Opening the hips, opening up the chest. See if you can drop a little bit more. Inhaling back up. We're going to set ourselves up for triangle. So you're going to bring that right foot so it's facing forward, kind of like you're setting up for your warrior two. The left heel is in line with the arch of your back foot. You're going to place your hands out really strong. Exhale, reach all the way over to the other side. As you inhale here, you're going to exhale, dropping that left hand, sending that right hand up. Again, if this is where you have a block or something, you can use it. Otherwise, you can just place your hand below your knee, on your shin, or maybe touching the floor. Deep breaths here, feeling that inner thigh open. Remembering to breathe. Your next inhale and exhale, dropping that hand, framing that front foot. You're going to step that right foot up a little bit more. You're going to lift halfway, then exhale, folding forward over that straightened leg. So your legs are still kind of set up in the same position, they're just a little bit closer for our pyramid pose. If you need to stand up and wiggle into it, that's totally fine too. Just making sure ankles in line with the arch. Turning that body to look at that foot and just dropping, folding over. Inhaling halfway, then exhaling. You might even need to step that right foot a little bit more to the right, just to balance a little bit more. That's fine, just finding what's working for you. As long as you're releasing everything and folding over that left leg. Now we move into our Skandasana. So that is the one where it's a bit of a lower lunge to the side. So bringing your left foot, so the toes are pointing out to the mat, opening up the legs, and then dropping into the hips, sending the foot of the left foot up, pointing to the sky. So you can also use a block, a book, or a bolster underneath you. If you're not making it all the way to the ground, that's fine as well. You can just bend into it like this until you find what works for you. When you're ready, pushing that left elbow into left knee, knee into elbow. Feeling that beautiful stretch. This is quite a strong pose. Maybe you even need to bend this right leg a little bit more. Again, everything's a suggestion. Breathing here. And when you're ready, we're going to walk through to the center, bending in to that right leg. Heel toeing the feet in and coming into our Malasana. So that was our yogi squat. Sending the bottom to the mat. Opening up the hips. More inhale here. And as you exhale, we're going to move around to the other side. So you'll notice we're doing the same thing in a bit of a circle. So hence the moon symbolism. We're going to move into our right leg, sending the left leg long, toes up towards the ceiling, and sinking into our Skandasana on the other side. Fidgeting or taking as long as you like to get into this pose. Sometimes even having a book or a block underneath the heel on the leg that you're bent into can help as well. When you're ready, maybe playing with coming into balancing, hands in prayer. And then moving into our pyramid. So we're straightening that right leg. We're going to heel toe or shuffle that left foot back. Making sure that that right heel is in line with the arch of the left foot this time. We're turning to face the right leg. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, dropping over that leg. Really trying to release everything here. Maybe pulling that right hip back to meet the left a little bit more. Now we're getting ready to move into our triangle. So to do this, maybe bringing hands to hips. Inhaling all the way up. Stepping that back foot a little bit further back into our warrior position. Straightening that right leg. Opening up the arms and the chest. And exhaling, reaching over. Inhaling here. And exhaling, dropping that right hand to the shin. Or to the ankle or the floor. Opening, sitting that chest. Feeling that strength build, the heat build. One more inhale here. And exhale, coming out of this position. Finding our goddess. And sinking down into our hips, opening up that chest. Building this strength in the thighs and the legs, maybe embracing the shakes. tapping into your inner divine, your inner God, your inner goddess, whatever you want. That's giving you strength holding this pose. When you're ready, inhaling the hands up, walking the feet in together, coming back to our high crescent, our high prayer. Inhaling here, exhaling over to the left. Inhaling up, exhaling over to the right. Inhaling back up and exhaling through to center. I really love that sequence because it's literally coming full circle. Paying our respects to the moon and our energies. Inhaling the hands up and exhale, gently folding forward. When you're ready, coming down onto your knees and sitting in this position here. So we're just going to work on our back bend a little bit, since we're starting to add that a bit more into our practice. So you're going to rise up onto your knees and place your hands like you would in the back pocket of your jeans. Really pulling open that chest, supporting yourself here. So I'll face you so you can hear me a bit. You're going to inhale here, then exhale, pushing the hips forward a little bit, not too much, being really protective of this back, letting the head fall back, and just discovering our back bends, turning the glutes on to support you a little bit more. If you can only stay here, only stay here. Again, we're just finding the edge of the discomfort, but we don't want to be in pain, especially when it comes to back bends. Now exhale, slowly coming back down. Your hands are going to find the heels of your feet. You're going to gently roll forward, top of the head to the mat. As you inhale, you're going to lift your hips while pulling on your ankles or your heels. Just stretching out the back body. Then gently come back to your seated position. We'll do that one more time. Inhaling up, hands in back pockets. We inhale nice and straight, glutes turn on. Exhale, pushing ourselves back. Maybe going a little bit further, maybe staying exactly where we were. Back up, then finding your rabbit pose. Hands grabbing the heels, gently finding the top of your head touching the mat. Inhaling, hips up to stretch. And coming back. Now we're just going to extend that a little bit further. If you're finding that's not working for you, stay in your rabbit pose if you like, in child's pose, or just keeping in the seated position, opening up the chest. So we're going to inhale here, exhale, pushing it back. If you like, maybe your right hand finds your heel, then the left, really sending that front body forward, dropping the head, keeping the shoulders away from ears, and releasing as much tension as you can in this strong pose. Gently come back up, one hand and the other, really holding that core on. Exhaling, finding the heels, and gently rolling forward. Inhaling hips up. And exhaling back to our seated position. Now coming to an easy seat with staff pose, pulling the flesh from underneath your hip bones, back nice and straight, toes pointed to the sky. We're going to inhale the hands up and exhale, reaching, folding forward. Again, your hands may just be at your knees, your shins, or your toes. And exhaling, releasing everything down. This is a beautiful pose for introspection, for coming back to yourself. Allowing everything to melt down into the mat. Releasing tension from the neck, the shoulders. Maybe inhaling, straightening that spine again. And exhaling, folding forward. With each exhale, letting go of what no longer serves you. And the more you let go of, the more space you create to receive. When we let go of anger, resentment, judgment, we make more space for peace, joy, and abundance. Gently inhaling back up. We'll make our way onto our backs, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae. And we're going to place the soles of the feet together and recline back into our butterfly, allowing our hips to open, allowing everything to just release and let go. Coming back to our intention of what we want to let go of. Bring our hand to heart and the other hand to our belly. We're going to move through 5 rounds of our Ujjayi breath. So constricting the back of that throat and really feeling the hands rise as you breathe in and out. Just keep going at your own pace, listening to your breath like waves of the ocean. Last one. Bringing our knees to our chest, closing them like a book first. Bringing one up, then the other. Gently rocking side to side. Massaging that lower back. Showing it some love. After those back bends. It may seem counterintuitive to what our spine should be doing, but the sign of a healthy spine is its ability to be malleable, to move, to twist, to bend. So even if you didn't bend far today, keep practicing. That's all we're doing. We're just practicing, learning, playing. Now with your knees together, take them both over to the left. Left hand on top of right. Right hand over. Nice gentle twist here. Breathing into this spinal twist. Exhale to release a little bit more. I love the saying, don't ever apologize for making waves by being who you are. The moon does it all the time and never apologizes. Inhaling back up. And exhaling over. I really love that saying, as it's just encouraging you to be your most authentic self. Be exactly who you are, don't hide it. The more you allow yourself to be who you are, you create a ripple effect in the world. You make it safe for others to be who they are. I think that's one of the things I love most about my yoga practice and having learned yoga. It's just letting go of everything that isn't you and just being you. It is such a powerful thing in this world. Inhaling back up. Finding a happy baby. Oh, mine's not available to me today. That's struggling. So if that's the case, just sending the legs out wide. See, even your yoga teacher has days where the body just doesn't want to do it. That's okay. And exhaling down and out for your Savasana. Giving your body one final moment of rest. Just breathing here. Taking a deep inhale. I honor the space for rest and reflection in life. Exhaling out. Inhale. I release what no longer serves me and make space for abundance, peace, and joy. Exhale. Inhale. I am safe to be exactly who I am and to turn up just as I am. Allowing the breath to melt away any final tensions. And when you're ready, bringing some slight movement into your fingers and toes and rolling over to your left side and hugging yourself in the fetal position. Gently pushing yourself up onto your mat. Keeping in our practice today, eyes closed. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Bring your hands together. We'll chant Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Deep breath in. Om Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Gently bow our heads. Give thanks to yourselves for turning up today. Give thanks to each other for sharing this practice. And thanks to God, Mother Nature, your higher consciousness, the divine, whatever you may call it, for guiding you and keeping you safe. May we carry the wisdom of the moon with us, honor our cycles, embrace change, and trust in our light, even during the darkest phases of life. Namaste.